Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm doing the E2 video as promised. I know it's a little late. I'll get into why it's a late upload later on. But for now, this is E2 versus Clad. Now this matchup is pretty much just E2 doing a lot of long hit combos and then just Ironclad getting some really nice burst damage in here and there. So, you might have seen this guy before. Actually, his name's Frost. If you've ever watched like Pro Herald's videos way back when, you understand. I predict him as strong attack with my back attack. He's also playing high pain threshold, so my stuff is doing less damage. I get hit by critical, into that low. Even if I'm doing much more like damage dealing, he is still, still keeping up. I predict wrong there. I predict wrong again. And now I'm in this corner. He gets off the throw. I predict that again. I hit the full dash. Hit that nice regen. That's just going to be a staring match. I'm going to use that portal weapon. And then it's going to clear with a heavy kick. And end the game like that. I also really like that rare stance, by the way. It's a very cool stance that people sleep on. Going into round 2 now. No, I interrupt his back attack with my basic. He whiffs that, so I punish immediately with that full slash. He whiffs again, so I throw him. I was getting into the corner, I kind of want to keep him there. And then because he's in the corner, I just get off that free shadow slash space time, whatever you want to call it. But now I'm in the corner, which is fine though. He's bouncy to somewhat. I missed that, and then I get punished for that pretty heavily. I again missed that, but I punished that pretty easily. He gets that off me, but I just do the low attack corner, low attack combo, and yeah, that's game. So next up, we have this game against Yunlin here, or Yunlin, whatever you want to call her. I call her Yunlin. This guy's gonna be a little campy, but it's whatever, We move on. He counters that. I get that out. And the key with this matchup is just to play very slow. E2 has a lot of committing moves, and you just don't want to use those. You just never want to commit, essentially. And then you'll always be in the plus. Hit that combo again. And if you guys are enjoying this video so far, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps me a lot and lets me know what type of content you guys like. Keeping him in the corner, I get that low attack. Sadly gets that basic kick off before I can throw him again, but it's fine, I get the grab anyway and finish him off. So yeah, as I said, you just want to play very patiently with E2 against Yunlin, because you don't ever want to commit like using like the dashes and stuff. You never want to do that. And it's going to be a bit of a rough start for me here. I'm just going to be trying to play slow, but I guess you kind of figure out my tempo. I thought that he would like not attack there, but it's kind of stupid that he wouldn't. I get off that full basic attack. He does a really weird teleport, so I just grab punish it. And I sadly put myself into the corner with that fling there. So I'm going to have to try and get out, but that was not the way. Again, with like committing to moves, you never want to commit. And again, you never want to dash either, so... I'm gonna do that heavy, trying to get him to do some moves, but I didn't expect him to do an upper there. I changed my timing, but it didn't really matter. I get off that time manipulation combo. No, I knew that he was gonna do an upper, so I just did the full slash. And now, it's another waiting game. He does that stupidly, and he gets caught. The slow-mo helped me there. Even if slow-mo is bad for the game, I think it did help me there, and yeah, that's game. Moving on, we have the Sarge player, and I have a really bad matchup for Sarge. Personally, I just cannot play against him with E2, and I do a lot of weird things. So he's playing the vampire weapon, which I guess is kind of nice. I messed that counter up. He tried to do the back attack, but he whiffs, so I can just hit him with the full basic. He does that, so I just, get him into the corner pretty swiftly. I do the TM to trap him there. And he enters his shadow form immediately. Look at that regen for no reason. He does the camera, so I counter with my back attack. Another shadow form. I expect him to jump forward there, but it's fine. No, I'm trying to keep him in the corner, but yeah, it's kind of advantageous in the corner sometimes. Whatever, I get to grab into the low attack, into the follow-up grab. And I don't think any of my moves could have outsped that, so it's whatever. I do the TM, I just want to keep him in the corner without losing too much advantage. And I just finish him off with that jump kick. So yeah, the thing about Sarge versus E2 is I think that E2 has a lot more avenues to do stuff, but Sarge just needs like 1 or 2 strings to get a lot of stuff off. And you're going to see that here where I'm just going to completely fumble. Maybe. I don't actually know. I forgot how this game goes. I'm in the corner now. Try to put myself there for God knows what. No, he's just kind of jumping around, you know, using that shadow form to cover for his mistakes. I thought I could recover, but I couldn't. You know, I'm just trying to get out of the corner right now. And I'm just going to try and push him into the other corner. And that's my current plan right now because he is playing very passively. So I'm just going to force him out. And it's working pretty well, I would say, but you know, I again fall for the trusty hammer for some reason. Guess I'm just not playing that great today. Get that crit, force him into the shadow form. You know, that's a shadow form wasted, which is good for us. Now, I don't want to engage him too much right now because, you know, I'm kind of low on health here. Once again, I'm just trying to use my dashes to force him into the corner. And just keep some pressure up. I roll forward here because I can put him at disadvantage with the time manipulation. You know, put him into the corner, get that off, predict it, get that back attack. I couldn't kill him, but it's fine, you know. Turns out it's not fine. Oh, he has Commander's Press, so that's an execute right there. And that I just emoted with the time manipulation. Yeah, so I'm kind of getting tired of this guy, so I guess it's time to dispatch him. He starts off with a heavy, pretty normal. Gets hit by that cutting edge. I could have done heavy kick, but it's fine. Once again, I'm just trying to keep him away from me, and I'm just conditioning him into jumping back, so like at some point I can get a really big dash off with him just jumping back. I do the time manipulation to the basic. I catch him with that, and with that, and again I know he's going to jump back, so now I'm free to do that full thing and get off all that damage. You know, I'm almost perfected in here, but you know, he gets off his shadow form, it's whatever. And I just finish him off swiftly. And yeah, it's a basically near perfect right there, despite even losing last round. Up last, we have Butcher. Now, Butcher versus E2 actually isn't as bad as some people might think. I think that Butcher has a few avenues where he can get E2 into some stuff as long as he doesn't get stuck in a combo. And I start off with that fling, get that crit into upper. You know, hit that dash as well. He's playing Tremble, it's whatever. So I'm just waiting around to see when he's going to activate his shadow form. I get anti-aired there. I hit that, and then because of Portal E2 being the most balanced weapon in the game, obviously I get a free shadow form off. You know, honestly, I don't even want to play Portal E2 sometimes just because of how broken this is. But it is fun sometimes. I try starting with Fling, but he gets it this time. You know, I'm just trying to predict around him, make it hard for him to just spam jumps. Get that Fling into another crit, that's really weird. So I'm just gonna keep him in the corner, hopefully. That's my plan. You know, he pops his cage. Get that jump kick. He does that, but I just dodge it. So he put himself in the corner for me, which means free combo. Hope you guys are happy with that special combo for the 7th time this video. And he does fumbles here with the range, so I predict that and end the game. And that's it. Now before you guys leave, because the fights are over, I just want you guys to stay for like an extra 20 seconds just so I can ask some questions. Now primarily I'm not going to call this a filler video, but it was a little bit of an experimental video. And the thing that I'm experimenting with is, do you guys like 1v1 or 3v3 content better? I really need to know this, so it would be really helpful if you guys, like in the description, tell me what you want. And yeah, that's about it. Have a good day, everybody. Thank you for staying this long. And please keep supporting the channel. Have a good day.